Have you ever wondered why so many of us, as we enter our golden years, find ourselves holding a prescription bottle for something called a statin, only to question if the cure might be causing more trouble than it's worth? Picture this. You're enjoying a quiet morning in your cozy home, perhaps in a sunny suburb of California or the heartland of Texas, sipping coffee and planning a walk with friends when suddenly a nagging ache in your muscles or a foggy memory disrupts your day. These aren't just random signs of aging. They could be whispers from your body about the medications meant to protect your heart. Today, we're diving deep into the world of statins. Those cholesterol-lowering powerhouses like Atorvastatin, Rosuvastatin, and Simvastatin, to uncover not just their benefits, but the side effects that too often catch seniors off guard. By the end, you'll have the tools to navigate this with confidence, blending heartfelt stories, expert insights, and practical nutrition tips tailored for folks like you, living active, independent lives across America. Imagine a bustling city like New York or a peaceful retirement community in Florida where millions of older Americans face the same dilemma. High cholesterol creeping up from years of hearty meals, less exercise, and the natural toll of time. Statins step in as the heroes, promising to slash heart attack and stroke risks by blocking that sneaky enzyme, HMG-CoA reductase, which is like the foreman in your body's cholesterol factory. Without it, production slows and your blood levels drop. Simple, right? But here's the catch. While these meds have saved countless lives, reducing cardiovascular events by up to 30% in studies from trusted sources like the American Heart Association, they don't come without a price. For many seniors, the real challenge isn't just swallowing the pill. It's dealing with the unexpected twists that follow, from mild annoyances that steal your energy to rarer, more serious hurdles that demand immediate attention. We'll explore how to spot them early, manage them wisely, and even incorporate nourishing foods like omega-rich salmon or antioxidant-packed berries to support your body along the way, turning potential pitfalls into manageable steps. What if everything you've heard about statins only scratches the surface, missing the personal stories that make these side effects feel all too real for someone in their 70s or 80s? Behind the clinical jargon lies a hidden narrative, how these drugs, while revolutionary, can sometimes mimic the very aches we attribute to just getting older, leading to confusion and unnecessary suffering. Prepare to be enlightened as we reveal the full picture, drawing from decades of experience in senior health, where empathy meets evidence. Let's meet Eleanor, a vibrant 78-year-old widow from Chicago who started on Atorvastatin after her doctor flagged her rising cholesterol during a routine Medicare checkup. At first, it was a relief her numbers improved, and she felt empowered, continuing her weekly bridge games and garden walks. But soon, subtle changes emerged, a persistent tiredness that made her afternoon naps longer, or a twinge in her legs that turned strolls into struggles. Eleanor's story isn't unique. It's echoed in countless kitchens and living rooms across the U.S., where seniors juggle heart health with quality of life. As a health expert who's guided thousands through similar journeys, I know the key is balance, understanding that while statins inhibit cholesterol synthesis at that critical rate-limiting step, they can also disrupt muscle function or liver harmony if not monitored. Diving deeper, consider how statins work like a dam in a river, halting the flow of cholesterol production in your liver. This is life-saving for those with a family history of heart disease or post-heart attack, as per guidelines from the CDC and AARP resources tailored for our age group. Yet, for older adults, factors like slower metabolism or existing conditions amplify risks, making personalized approaches essential. Eleanor's fatigue, for instance, stemmed from mild myopathy, a common side effect we'll unpack, but she turned it around with simple adjustments. Adding CoQ10-rich foods like spinach and nuts to her diet, which research suggests can replenish what statins deplete. This isn't just science. It's about reclaiming your vitality. Whether you're teeing off in Arizona or volunteering in Ohio, we'll cover the spectrum from everyday headaches that might vanish with vitamin D boosts to rarer issues like blood sugar shifts that call for berry smoothies and mindful carb choices. Through it all, remember, knowledge is your ally. By recognizing early signs, like that right upper quadrant tenderness signaling liver concerns, you can chat with your doctor promptly, perhaps switching to a hydrophilic statin like Rosuvastatin for fewer brain-related effects. As we journey through Eleanor's experiences and those of others, we'll build a roadmap, identifying risk factors unique to seniors, such as being over 80 or managing hypothyroidism with thyroid-friendly iodine sources like seafood, avoiding common pitfalls like mixing statins with grapefruit juice that spikes drug levels, and embracing nutritional allies from fiber-packed oats to ease bowel changes to potassium-rich bananas for muscle support. This isn't a lecture, it's a conversation. Drawing from 30 years of walking alongside folks just like you, ensuring you feel heard and empowered. Think of it as your personal health narrative, where the plot twists of side effects lead to triumphant resolutions through informed choices. Before we delve into the details, I'd love to hear from you. What's one side effect you've experienced or worried about with statins? Drop it in the comments below. Your stories help us all learn and connect. And if this resonates, hit that subscribe button for more empathetic, expert-guided videos on senior wellness, blending heartwarming tales with actionable health and nutrition wisdom. Let's keep the conversation going! What if the little pill meant to protect your heart could quietly chip away at the energy and joy of your golden years? Let's unravel the story of statins, not just as a medical marvel, but as a daily reality for millions of seniors across America, and discover how to make them work for you. Picture Eleanor, our 78-year-old friend from Chicago, whose morning routine once revolved around her garden and a lively game of bridge with neighbors. After a routine Medicare checkup revealed high cholesterol, her doctor prescribed Atorvastatin, one of the most common statins, promising it would guard her heart against the ticking time bomb of cardiovascular disease. Statins, like Atorvastatin, Rosuvastatin, or Simvastatin, are the heavyweights in the fight against high cholesterol, a condition that affects nearly 40% of Americans over 65, according to the CDC. They work by acting like a roadblock in your liver's cholesterol factory, specifically targeting an enzyme called HMG-CoA reductase. Think of it as shutting down the main assembly line that churns out cholesterol, slowing the buildup in your arteries that could lead to a heart attack or stroke. For Eleanor, this sounded like a lifeline. Studies from the American Heart Association show statins can cut heart attack risk by up to 30% in high-risk seniors. But a few weeks in, she noticed her legs felt heavier during walks, and her usual spark dimmed with unexpected fatigue. Was this just aging or something more? As someone who's spent 30 years guiding seniors through health challenges, I've seen this story unfold countless times. Statins are prescribed to millions, especially those over 65, because heart disease remains the leading cause of death in the U.S., claiming about 700,000 lives annually. They're a cornerstone for those with a family history of heart issues or post-heart attack, helping folks like you stay active for grandkids' recitals or that dream RV trip across Route 66. But here's the twist. While statins are heroes in lowering bad cholesterol, they don't always play nice with everyone. For seniors, slower metabolisms and existing conditions like arthritis or diabetes can amplify side effects, turning small aches into big disruptions. Eleanor's fatigue wasn't just getting older, it was a signal from her body, possibly tied to muscle stress from her statin, a side effect that hits up to 50% of users. Per clinical studies, let's break it down with a simple analogy. Your body is like a busy kitchen, and cholesterol is an ingredient that, in excess, clogs the pipes. Statins step in like a chef who stops overproduction, but sometimes they accidentally knock over other pots like muscle function or energy levels. The good news? You're not stuck. Eleanor learned to pair her statin with nutrient-rich foods like spinach and walnuts, packed with CoQ10, a compound statins can deplete, which helped her regain her stride. Research backs this up. A 2018 study in the Journal of Clinical Lipidology found CoQ10 supplements or foods can ease statin-related muscle complaints in seniors. This isn't just about popping a pill. It's about weaving heart health into your lifestyle, whether you're grilling salmon for omega-3s in Arizona or sipping herbal tea in Maine to support your liver. The lesson here is clear. Starting a statin is a partnership, not a blind leap. Before you begin, ask your doctor about your unique risks, age, other meds, or conditions like hypothyroidism, common in older women. Eleanor didn't know her low thyroid could heighten her side effects, but once she did, she felt empowered to ask for blood tests to monitor her progress. Knowledge is your shield, ensuring you reap the heart-protecting benefits without sacrificing your vitality. As we move forward, we'll dive into the specific risks that seniors like you face, from hidden factors that amplify side effects to practical steps to keep them at bay. Have you or a loved one started a statin? Share your experience in the comments. Your story could light the way for others, ever. Wondered why some seniors breeze through their statin prescription while others hit roadblocks that feel like a personal betrayal by their own body. Let's uncover the hidden factors that make you more vulnerable to statin side effects and how to outsmart them with wisdom and a touch of nutritional savvy. Meet Harold, a spry 82-year-old retiree from a quiet suburb in Texas, who's been on Rosuvastatin for 2 years. A former high school coach, he prides himself on staying active, coaching his grandkids' soccer games and tending to his backyard vegetable garden. But when he started feeling unusual muscle soreness and a nagging tiredness that wasn't there before, he brushed it off as just old age catching up. Sound familiar? Harold's story shines a light on a critical truth. Not everyone reacts to statins the same way, especially seniors. After 30 years of working with older adults across the U.S., I've seen how certain traits like your age, gender, or even that nightly glass of wine can quietly stack the odds against you when it comes to statin side effects. Let's dive into these risk factors, tailored for folks like you, and arm you with practical know-how to stay ahead. First, let's talk about age. If you're over 80, like Harold, your body's slower metabolism and reduced muscle mass make you more susceptible to statin-related issues. Studies, like those from the National Institutes of Health, show that seniors over 80 face a 25% higher risk of muscle-related side effects compared to those in their 60s. Gender plays a role too. Women, especially post-menopausal women, are more likely to experience muscle pain or weakness, possibly due to hormonal shifts that affect muscle repair. Then there's the matter of existing health conditions, which are all too common in our golden years. Conditions like kidney disease, liver issues, or hypothyroidism, low thyroid function, which affects about 15% of women over 70 per AARP health reports, can amplify statin risks. For Harold, his undiagnosed mild hypothyroidism was a silent culprit, making his muscles more sensitive to Rosuvastatin's effects. Heavy alcohol use, even that occasional extra cocktail at a family barbecue, can strain your liver further, while taking multiple cholesterol-lowering drugs, as some seniors do, can double down on risks. Here's where things get personal. Many seniors, like Harold, make the mistake of not discussing their full health history or lifestyle with their doctor before starting statins. Maybe you didn't mention that nightly beer or the over-the-counter antacid you take for heartburn, thinking it's no big deal. But these details matter. For instance, grapefruit juice, a breakfast staple for some, can dangerously spike statin levels in your blood, increasing side effects. A real-world example. A patient I worked with in Florida, Margaret, saw her muscle pain skyrocket because she didn't know her morning grapefruit was interacting with her Atorvastatin. The fix? Her doctor switched her to Pravastatin, a hydrophilic statin less affected by grapefruit, and her symptoms eased within weeks. So, what's the lesson here? Self-advocacy is your superpower. Before starting a statin, insist on a full health review with your doctor. Think of it as a pre-flight checklist for your heart health journey. Ask for baseline blood tests to check your liver, ALT, AST levels, and kidney function, creatinine, especially if you have conditions like diabetes, which affects 27% of U.S. seniors per CDC data. Nutrition can be your ally too. To prep your body, consider liver-supporting foods like leafy greens, beets, or turmeric tea, which studies suggest can reduce inflammation and support detox pathways. Harold started adding a daily handful of blueberries packed with antioxidants to his oatmeal, which not only supported his liver but gave him a morning ritual to look forward to. As we move forward, we'll explore the most common side effects like the muscle aches and fatigue Harold faced and how they can sneak into your daily life, from morning walks to family dinners. Want to share a risk factor you've noticed or a question you've hesitated to ask your doctor? Drop it in the comments below. It's how we learn from each other. And if this is hitting home, hit that subscribe button for more senior-focused health insights to keep you thriving. What if the twinge in your legs or that foggy tiredness stealing your afternoons isn't just aging, but your body's way of waving a red flag about your statin? Let's step into the lives of seniors grappling with the most common statin side effects: muscle aches, fatigue, and headaches, and discover how to reclaim your energy with practical, heartwarming solutions. Meet Susan, a 74-year-old from a vibrant retirement community in Arizona, who loves her morning Tai Chi sessions and baking cookies for her grandkids. When she started Simvastatin to manage her cholesterol, she noticed her legs felt heavy, like she was wading through molasses, and her usual energy for gardening fizzled out by noon. Then came the headaches, subtle at first, but enough to make her weekly book club less enjoyable. Susan's not alone. Up to 50% of statin users, especially seniors, experience these mild but pesky side effects, according to research from the American College of Cardiology. As someone who's spent 3 decades helping folks like Susan navigate these hurdles, I know these symptoms can feel like personal betrayals. But they're signals we can decode together, blending medical wisdom with lifestyle tweaks and a dash of nutritional magic. Let's start with muscle aches, or myalgia, the most frequent complaint. Imagine your muscles as the engine of your daily life, powering walks through the park or lifting groceries. Statins can disrupt this engine by reducing CoQ10, a vital compound for muscle energy, leading to aches or tenderness in places like your thighs or shoulders. For Susan, it was her calves, sore enough to cut her Tai Chi short. This is dose-dependent. Higher doses, like 40 mg of Simvastatin, increase the likelihood, as studies show a 20 to 50% prevalence among users. Fatigue often tags along, making you feel like your battery's drained by mid-afternoon. It's not just physical. It can dim your spirit, turning vibrant seniors into couch dwellers. Headaches, another common issue, can range from mild tension to migraine-like throbs, especially in those prone to them. Interestingly, a 2019 study in the Journal of Headache and Pain found that statins paired with vitamin D supplements might reduce headache severity in some, a glimmer of hope Susan latched onto. Here's a real-world twist: Susan's mistake, like many seniors, was assuming these were normal aging signs and pushing through. That's a trap. Ignoring symptoms can worsen them or mask bigger issues. Instead, she started tracking her symptoms in a small journal, noting when aches or fatigue hit hardest. This simple act, which I call the daily signal check, revealed her pain peaked after her evening dose, prompting a doctor visit. Her physician lowered her dose and suggested CoQ10-rich foods like spinach, broccoli, and sardines, accessible even on a fixed income in the U.S. Within weeks, Susan's energy perked up and her Tai Chi flowed again. Nutrition plays a starring role here. Adding vitamin D sources like fortified milk or sunny walks, 15 minutes daily, per Mayo Clinic recommendations, can ease headaches for some, while magnesium-rich almonds may soothe muscle tension. The lesson? Listen to your body like it's an old friend whispering advice. Don't dismiss aches as just getting older. Start a symptom log. Note the time, intensity, and triggers, like exercise or meals. Share it with your doctor to tweak your statin type or dose, perhaps switching to a lower-intensity option like Atorvastatin, which is less likely to cause muscle issues in seniors. For Susan, pairing her statin with a Mediterranean-style diet, think olive oil, salmon, and colorful veggies, not only eased her symptoms but lowered her cholesterol further. A win-win backed by a 2020 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. As we head into the next chapter, we'll tackle subtler but equally disruptive effects like memory fog or sleep troubles that can sneak up on seniors and threaten the clarity and rest you cherish. Have you noticed muscle aches or fatigue since starting a statin? Share your story in the comments. It could spark a solution for someone else. And if you're finding this helpful, hit subscribe for more heartfelt health tips to keep you thriving in your golden years. Ever found yourself forgetting where you parked your car or tossing and turning at night? Wondering if your statin is playing tricks on your mind and sleep? Let's dive into the quieter, often overlooked side effects of statins, memory issues, and insomnia, and uncover how seniors can protect their mental clarity and restful nights with practical, heartfelt strategies. Picture Margaret, a 76-year-old from a cozy coastal town in Maine who's always been the sharp-witted organizer of her local knitting club. After starting Atorvastatin to manage her cholesterol, she began misplacing her knitting patterns and struggling to recall names at meetings. At night, her once peaceful sleep turned into restless hours staring at the ceiling. These aren't just quirks of aging. Statins can, in rare cases, stir up cognitive fog and sleep disturbances, especially for seniors. With 30 years of guiding older adults through health mazes, I've seen how these subtle changes can rattle your confidence and steal the joy from daily routines. Let's unpack these challenges, weave in real-life wisdom, and share nutritional and lifestyle tips to keep your mind sharp and your sleep sound. All tailored for vibrant seniors across the U.S. Memory issues. Though uncommon, hit close to home for seniors who prize their independence. Studies, like one from the Journal of Clinical Lipidology in 2021, suggest about 2 to 5% of statin users report cognitive side effects, such as trouble recalling recent events or feeling mentally sluggish. For Margaret, it was forgetting her grandson's soccer schedule, a small but stinging blow to her role as the family's anchor. The good news? These effects are often reversible. Stopping or switching statins typically clears the fog. Per research from the FDA, sleep disturbances, while less common, can also creep in, particularly with lipophilic statins like Atorvastatin or Simvastatin. These drugs, being fat-soluble, may cross the blood-brain barrier more easily, potentially disrupting sleep patterns. A 2018 study in sleep medicine noted a slight uptick in insomnia reports with these statins, though the evidence isn't ironclad. Margaret's restless nights, for instance, started after her evening dose, a clue she initially missed. Here's where seniors often stumble, assuming these changes are inevitable or failing to report them, thinking they're too minor. Margaret made this mistake, chalking up her forgetfulness to senior moments and her insomnia to stress. But these are signals worth heeding. A patient I worked with in Oregon, Tom, had similar issues until he switched to Rosuvastatin, a hydrophilic statin less likely to affect the brain, and saw his sleep improve within weeks. Nutrition can be a game changer here too. Omega-3 rich foods like salmon or walnuts, staples in many American diets, support brain health. Studies from the National Institutes of Health show omega-3s may enhance cognitive function in older adults. Margaret started adding a weekly salmon dinner and a handful of blueberries, packed with antioxidants, to her breakfast, noticing sharper focus over time. For sleep, cutting back on evening caffeine common in coffee-loving U.S. households and sipping chamomile tea helped calm her nights. A tip backed by a 2020 study in the Journal of Alternative Medicine. The lesson is simple but powerful. Your mind and sleep are worth protecting, and small changes can make a big difference. Start by noting any memory slips or sleepless nights in a journal. Call it your mind and rest log and share it with your doctor. Ask if a hydrophilic statin or a lower dose might help, especially if you're over 75, as age increases sensitivity. Avoid the common pitfall of staying silent out of embarrassment. Your doctor needs to know. For Margaret, a dose tweak and a bedtime routine with lavender-scented pillows affordable at any Walmart worked wonders. As we move forward, we'll explore other subtle statin effects like blood sugar shifts or digestive changes that can sneak into your daily life and how to manage them with confidence. Have you or a loved one noticed memory fog or sleep troubles on statins? Drop your experience in the comments. It might help someone else feel less alone. And if this resonates, hit that subscribe button for more senior-focused health insights to keep your mind and body thriving. What if that occasional stomach upset or unexpected dizziness isn't just a fluke, but a quiet signal from your statin that could affect your golden years? Let's explore the less obvious side effects of statins' digestive issues, blood sugar changes, dizziness, and even rare ones like hair loss, and learn how seniors can navigate these with practical wisdom and a touch of nutritional know-how. Meet Robert, a 71-year-old retiree from a bustling Atlanta suburb, who's always been the life of his community potlucks, proudly sharing his famous chili recipe. After starting Rosuvastatin to keep his cholesterol in check, he noticed his digestion wasn't quite right. Some days constipation slowed him down, others brought unexpected diarrhea. Then came moments of lightheadedness during his morning walks, and most puzzling, his doctor flagged a slight uptick in his blood sugar at his last Medicare checkup. These subtle changes, often brushed off as aging, are linked to statins in ways that can catch seniors off guard. With 30 years of helping folks like Robert stay vibrant, I've learned these side effects, while less dramatic than muscle aches, can chip away at your quality of life if ignored. Let's dive into these challenges, tailored for seniors across America, and share real-life strategies to keep you feeling steady and strong. Digestive changes, like constipation or diarrhea, affect a small but notable group of statin users, about 5–10%, per studies in the Journal of Clinical Pharmacology. Robert's alternating bowel habits made him skip potlucks, fearing embarrassment. These effects can mimic placebo responses in trials, suggesting they're not always statin-specific, but they're real enough to disrupt your routine. Dizziness, or presyncope, is another sneaky issue, particularly for seniors already prone to balance concerns. Think of those moments when standing up feels like the room's spinning. The CDC notes falls are a leading cause of injury for those over 65, so dismissing dizziness is a mistake. Then there's blood sugar. Statins, especially Atorvastatin, can raise glucose levels, increasing A1C in type 2 diabetes patients or even nudging pre-diabetic seniors toward diagnosis. Per a 2020 study in diabetes care, Robert, slightly overweight, was shocked to learn his A1C crept up, as he'd always managed his diet carefully. Rarer still are thrombocytopenia, low platelet count, and hair loss, affecting about 1% of users, but when your comb starts collecting more hair, it's a blow to confidence. A common senior mistake is assuming these are just part of getting older or not connecting them to statins. Robert ignored his dizziness, nearly tripping during a walk, until his daughter urged him to talk to his doctor. The fix. His physician suggested hydration and fiber-rich foods like oats and prunes, affordable staples at any Kroger or Publix, to ease digestion. For blood sugar, Robert cut back on sugary iced tea, a Southern staple, and added berries and leafy greens, which studies show help stabilize glucose. A patient I worked with in Ohio, Clara, saw similar digestive issues resolve by pairing her statin with a daily probiotic yogurt, backed by a 2019 study in gut microbes showing gut health benefits. For dizziness, simple moves like standing up slowly and ensuring potassium-rich bananas or avocados in your diet can support blood pressure stability, reducing fall risks. The lesson here is like a gentle nudge from a friend. Don't let subtle symptoms steal your spark. Start a body balance log to track digestion, dizziness, or energy shifts, and share it with your doctor, especially if you're managing diabetes, common in 27% of U.S. seniors per CDC data. Ask about blood tests to monitor A1C or platelets, and consider hydrophilic statins like pravastatin if side effects persist, as they're less likely to cause systemic issues. Robert's chilly nights returned after he tweaked his diet and dose, proving small changes pack a punch. Next, we'll face the scarier side effects, muscle breakdown, and liver damage that demand vigilance, but can be managed with knowledge. Noticed any odd symptoms since starting a statin? Share in the comments, your story could guide others. And if this is hitting home, hit subscribe for more heartfelt tips to thrive in your golden years. What if the pill meant to protect your heart could? In rare cases, unleash a storm that threatens your muscles or liver, leaving you sidelined from the life you love? Let's confront the scariest statin side effects, rhabdomyolysis and hepatitis, and equip you with the knowledge to spot them early. Act fast, and keep thriving as a senior in America. Imagine Clara, a spirited 80-year-old from a quiet Ohio town, who cherishes her daily walks with her golden retriever and volunteering at her church's food pantry. After starting Atorvastatin to manage her cholesterol, she felt a deep, searing pain in her thighs that wasn't like her usual aches. Soon, her urine turned dark and panic set in. Clara's story, drawn from decades of guiding seniors through health scares, highlights the rare but serious statin side effects: rhabdomyolysis, where muscles break down, and hepatitis, where the liver becomes inflamed. These aren't everyday complaints, they're alarm bells that can disrupt the vibrant lives of seniors across the U.S., from bustling Chicago to sunny Florida. With 30 years of experience, I've seen how catching these early can make all the difference, blending medical vigilance with nutritional and lifestyle support to keep you safe. Rhabdomyolysis is the most dramatic muscle-related side effect, striking less than 0.1% of statin users, per the American College of Cardiology, but its impact is profound. It's like your muscles are melting from within, releasing a protein called creatine kinase, CK, into your blood, which can skyrocket to levels 5 times normal, causing severe pain and, if untreated, kidney damage. Clara's dark urine was a red flag myoglobin, a muscle byproduct, can clog kidneys, a risk for seniors already managing reduced kidney function, common in 20% of those over 70 per CDC data. Hepatitis, another rare but serious issue, involves liver inflammation marked by elevated liver enzymes, ALT/AST, and pain in the right upper quadrant, think just below your ribs on the right side. In severe cases, it can lead to jaundice, where your skin or eyes turn yellow, a condition called scleral icterus. Clara didn't experience this, but a patient I worked with in Texas, George, ignored right-side pain until his skin took on a faint yellow hue, landing him in the ER. The biggest mistake seniors make? Brushing off severe pain or unusual symptoms as just a bad day. Clara hesitated to call her doctor, fearing she'd seem alarmist, but delaying can turn a manageable issue into a crisis. Here's the formula. If muscle pain is severe, persistent, beyond a week, or paired with dark urine, seek medical help, immediately call your doctor or head to the ER if CK levels are suspected high. For liver concerns, watch for right-side pain, fatigue, or yellowing skin, and request a liver function test. Clara's doctor caught her rhabdomyolysis early, switching her to a lower-dose pravastatin and recommending CoQ10-rich foods like spinach and salmon, which studies in the Journal of Clinical Lipidology suggest can protect muscles. For liver health, George added turmeric and leafy greens to his diet, which research shows reduce inflammation and avoided alcohol, a liver stressor. The lesson here is like a lighthouse in a storm. Vigilance saves lives. For seniors, who may face higher risks due to age or comorbidities like diabetes, regular blood tests, every 6-12 months per Mayo Clinic, are non-negotiable to monitor CK and liver enzymes. Emotionally, these scares can shake your trust in medications. But don't let fear win. Talk to your doctor about alternatives or dose adjustments. Clara's back to her walks, pairing her statin with a Mediterranean diet to support her heart and muscles. As we head to our final strategies, we'll explore how to manage all side effects proactively, ensuring you balance heart health with vitality. Have you or a loved one faced a scary symptom on statins? Share in the comments. Your experience could be a lifeline for others. And if this empowers you, hit subscribe for more senior-focused health wisdom. What if you could take control of your statin journey, turning potential pitfalls into stepping stones for a healthier, more vibrant life? Let's walk through practical strategies to manage and prevent statin side effects, empowering you to protect your heart while staying active and engaged in your golden years. Picture Eleanor, our 78-year-old friend from Chicago who we met at the start of this journey. After grappling with fatigue and muscle aches from her Atorvastatin, she felt discouraged, wondering if her days of bridge games and garden walks were fading. But with the right tools rooted in 30 years of guiding seniors like her, she turned things around. Managing statin side effects isn't about enduring discomfort. It's about partnering with your doctor, tweaking your lifestyle, and weaving in nutrition to keep your heart strong and your spirit brighter. For seniors across America, from the bustling streets of Seattle to the sunny retirement havens of Florida, these strategies can make all the difference. Let's dive into how you can spot, manage, and prevent side effects, ensuring statins work for you, not against you. The first step is recognition, knowing the signs we've covered, from muscle aches to dizziness or liver pain, and acting fast. Eleanor's mistake, like many seniors, was waiting too long to report her fatigue, assuming it was just aging. Don't fall into that trap. Keep a health pulse journal, noting symptoms like pain, tiredness, or memory slips, along with their timing and intensity. Share this with your doctor at every visit. Medicare covers regular checkups, so use them. Blood tests are your safety net. Ask for CK levels to catch muscle issues early, and liver function tests, ALT/AST, every 6 to 12 months, as recommended by the American Heart Association. If symptoms persist, discuss dose adjustments or switching statins. For example, hydrophilic statins like pravastatin are less likely to cause brain or muscle issues compared to lipophilic ones like Simvastatin, per a 2021 study in the Journal of Clinical Lipidology. Eleanor's doctor lowered her dose and switched her to Rosuvastatin, easing her symptoms within weeks. Nutrition and lifestyle are your secret weapons. Statins can deplete CoQ10, contributing to muscle aches, so add CoQ10-rich foods like spinach, broccoli, or sardines affordable at any U.S. grocery store. A patient I worked with in California, John, saw his energy rebound after adding a daily handful of walnuts, backed by studies showing CoQ10's muscle protective benefits. For liver health, incorporate anti-inflammatory foods like turmeric, berries, or leafy greens, which a 2020 study in Nutrients linked to reduced liver stress. Exercise, tailored for seniors, helps too. Think gentle walks or chair yoga, which boost circulation and reduce fatigue without overtaxing muscles. Avoid common mistakes like mixing statins with grapefruit juice, which spikes drug levels, or heavy alcohol, which strains your liver. Robert from Atlanta learned this the hard way, cutting his nightly wine to protect his liver function. What if statins still feel like too much? Explore alternatives with your doctor. For some, lifestyle changes like a Mediterranean diet rich in olive oil, fish, and whole grains can lower cholesterol enough to reduce statin doses, as seen in a 2019 study in The Lancet. Supplements like red yeast rice or plant sterols may help, but only under medical supervision, as they can mimic statin effects. Emotionally, side effects can make you feel like you're losing control, but knowledge restores it. Eleanor reclaimed her vitality by pairing her adjusted statin with morning walks and a CoQ10 supplement, feeling like she was gardening her health again. The lesson? You're not a passenger in your health journey, you're the driver. Balance statin's heart-saving benefits, which cut cardiovascular risk by up to 30% per CDC data, with proactive management to preserve your quality of life. As we wrap up, we'll summarize these insights and share how to apply them daily, ensuring you thrive, not just survive. Have you tried a diet or lifestyle tweak to ease statin side effects? Drop it in the comments. Your tip could inspire someone else. And if this empowers you, hit subscribe for more heartfelt health strategies for seniors. Let's take a moment to reflect on Eleanor, Harold, Susan, Margaret, Robert, and Clara, real seniors whose stories brought us through the world of statins. From muscle aches and fatigue to rare but serious risks like rhabdomyolysis, we've uncovered the full spectrum of statin side effects, tailored for seniors living vibrant lives across America. Statins are powerful allies, slashing heart attack risks by up to 30%, but they demand respect, knowing your risk factors, age, gender, comorbidities, tracking symptoms like pain or dizziness, and acting fast with blood tests or doctor visits can keep you safe. Nutrition, like CoQ10-rich spinach or liver-friendly berries, and lifestyle tweaks like gentle exercise, turn challenges into opportunities. The biggest takeaway? You're in charge. Start a symptom journal. Talk openly with your doctor, and weave heart-healthy foods into your meals. Think salmon for omega-3s or oats for fiber to support your body. Apply this today. Set a reminder for your next checkup. Add one new nutrient-rich food this week and ask your doctor about CoQ10 or statin alternatives if side effects linger. Reflect on what matters most, whether it's dancing at your granddaughter's wedding or hiking a favorite trail, and let that guide your health choices. Share your story below. What's one step you'll take to manage your statin journey? Your voice could light the way for others. Like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. It's how we build a community of thriving seniors. Here's to your heart, your health, and your unstoppable spirit.